Hey, welcome back to my channel. So tonight I want to discuss with you, maybe not so much particularly people, but I want to discuss concepts and ideas right now. And one of the things I've mainly been seeing in the last 18 months, 2 years, is about racial preservation, the white genocide, declining birth rates, mass immigration, and all these things that have made it hard to thrive as it once was before for certain races. So for the last 2-3 years, it's been pounded into our head with the open borders and Biden letting in 10 million people, that the whole issue is, the number one issue is immigration. And the number one issue is shut the borders down and focus all on America and at home, which in theory makes perfect sense. Now, one of the things I seen was, there's this guy, he's on an American dollar bill or something like that, and they said to him, the natives, they won this lawsuit court case that they were supposed to get this certain plot of land, and this guy said, no, forget it, don't even give it to them at all, forget what the court rulings are, it doesn't even matter, might versus might makes right. And that they asked this guy, do you want to go and just take over Mexico? And the guy said, well, why would I want to share the country with some brown people, basically? Okay. And that always made sense. That was always kind of a weird thing for me, because it was okay, if it's all about conquest and it's all about power, then you would think that accumulating the most land mass makes the most sense. But this guy, basic theory was that I'm not going to share my country with the others. Okay, whether I disagree or agree is irrelevant, but it makes sense in theory that if you're China, why would you want to take over India? Because then half of China would be Indian then. So I understand. But now that Trump has taken over Venezuela, now the whole nationalist movement kind of doesn't make any sense now. Now the whole racial preservation stuff doesn't really make sense anymore. Now that Trump has taken Venezuela and said, now you are our country, now that's our oil, now it's like, oh, we're brother and sisters now. Now it's let them in. So this is where I'm just kind of none of this shit makes any sense, because okay, can't you just make your country better? Is there not enough talent to take over the world, or not even take over the world, to just be the best country without all this extra stuff? I seen a video of Tucker Carlson saying that now America is heading into its imperialistic phase, which I always thought America was an imperialistic country. But now that he's saying that, it's what happens? Basically, the country, the leaders, they don't respect their citizens, so they take over another country, subjugate their citizens, and then the original base ends up forgotten about. And basically it's the fall before the decline. So I just am feeling for all this hoopla about, let's just stay at home, let's just shut the borders down, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. And then another thing is that, all right, cool, y'all want to take Venezuela, you want their oil, whatever. But theoretically then is this all about world's conquest? Is that the name of the game? Because Elon Musk and people say that after America had their issue with Japan and the nukes, that America didn't take over Japan. America rebuilt Japan. And that logistically, it wouldn't make sense to take over Japan because other countries would be there, and it's not the best method of control, but it's better to have soft control. So another thing is also is that these politicians are only in office for 4 years or 8 years. But that's all bullshit. That's all bullshit because there's an agenda. So, yeah. So if you understand what I'm saying and you feel like all the whining and the crying of the open borders and nationalism and racial pride, now that shit's all out the window. Now that's on the back burner. That was never really the major issue. So if this is the mask off moment for you, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.